As we mentioned earlier, Hurricane Otis intensified from a tropical storm to a Category 5 storm in just a single day. From Los Angeles, always good to see you, Ben. So first and foremost, how did this storm strengthen so quickly?
And warm ocean water is fuel for a hurricane. So when hurricanes pass over these warm ocean waters, they can gain strength really quickly, and that has led to more rapid intensification. There was a study just recently out of Atlantic hurricanes, and they found that these hurricanes are now twice as likely to rapidly intensify as they were just a couple of decades ago.
So stay away from regions that are more susceptible to hurricanes. Well, shifting gears now to a new climate report from the United Nations. It warns that the planet is close to multiple, quote, risk tipping points. Can you just break that down for us? What are risk tipping points, and what are some of the other findings in that study?
Well, in this UN report, I would say risk tipping point is more a term of art than a term of science. That's not typically the term you hear from scientists. They will use the phrase tipping points. But risk tipping points, they're basically just saying that some Earth systems are getting so stressed by accelerating climate change that they risk getting to a point of catastrophe. So one of the examples that they used is extreme heat. We saw a lot of that this past summer here in the United States and all around the world. So you can have parts of the planet that get so hot that has a breakdown on agriculture. You can't grow food there anymore. That leads to impacts on human health, and then that can also lead to a snowballing impact of climate migration, where you have people who have to flee these areas that are no longer habitable and move around the world, and that can cause conflict. So the UN is basically saying we are reaching a point with some systems, and they cite things like extreme heat. They cite extinctions of certain species on the planet, groundwater depletion, the melting of glaciers and mountains. They're saying that these things are picking up steam, and that if we don't do something about it, we will pass a point of no return with some of these Earth systems.
So, Ben, I know you've gotten this question before, especially covering that beat, but how do we as humans fight back to help our planet?
What can we start doing today?
This is the thing. We know what to do. We have the tools, and it's all about, this energy transition. We have to get off fossil fuels. The day that we stop burning fossil fuels and continue to warm the planet is the first time we can start to reverse some of this. So it is this transition to renewable energy. The tools are there. The real question is how quickly are we going to do it? And the more we delay or the slower that transition goes, the more we risk hitting some of these tipping points.